This is Eagle Al, and let's get straight into it, man. Jonathan Gannon. Yes, Jonathan Gannon have apologized, I believe, to the organization, probably to the Eagles organization as well, about the tampering thing. He was asked about it. He said he got a call from the Cardinals. And, you know, they asked about an interview. I don't know who to believe. They asked about an interview, and it was during the NFC Championship game. He accepted the interview, and then after the Super Bowl, ironically, he get hired. So I'm going to go ahead and play that clip.
You know, it's a mistake that we made, and the league kind of rectified it, and we've moved on. But basically, after the NFC Championship game, Monty reached out and, you know, kind of said, hey, you know, congratulations. He's been to some Super Bowls, and gave me a little advice about how to handle that, and said, look, we're in the middle of a coaching search and don't know how the timing of this is all going to shake out, but basically, would you be interested in interviewing if the timing gets pushed back till after Super Bowl? And I said, yeah, I would be. And then I didn't hear about it until after the game that we played, when Howie came up and talked to me about, hey, you know, Arizona wants to interview you. So, you know, you know, it was a mistake that we made, and I apologize for that. And, you know, looking forward to moving on now and getting going. So that's kind of the story on that.
Of him explaining everything that happened. All right, so you see the clip. He explained everything, and I'm sick of the Jonathan Gannon thing, man. I can't wait till we see Arizona. And, you know, it just puts a dapper in your heart with Jonathan Gannon. We get it. Like, he wasn't, to me personally, he wasn't the best coordinator in the world. He wasn't really the best to me, especially with the talent he had, and it basically got exposed during the Super Bowl. Or was he ever even focused? That's the question. When it comes to the Super Bowl, was Jonathan Gannon ever focused? Was he focused on just getting a job? Was he focused on the game? Was he focused on preparing for the interview? Did he just like, I don't care, I got the job anyway? Because we know he didn't speak to anybody after the Super Bowl. It's just heartbreaking, man. And I want to play some clips about what Howie Roseman said about the tampering thing and how he felt about Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon, obviously a loss. I thought he was a heck of a defensive coordinator. Obviously, you know, conflicting opinions around here, but I think you lost a really good one. In the process, there's a tampering charge, and the league finds Arizona guilty of tampering. Are you mad at Jonathan Gannon?
You know, I'm mad that we're talking about the freaking Super Bowl. I'm mad that I got to freaking go back to that moment that we had a chance here to win our second world championship. And it drives me. All this other stuff, you know, it doesn't help us win games. So we got to move on from it and figure out the best way to win games. You know, that was handled at the ownership level and at the league level. And for me, I can only control what we can, which is adding as many good players and as many good people as we possibly can on this team.
Howie, when do you think
the old morning show would have been like a lot of follow-up on some of these things?
Well,
you just go boom, boom,
right,
boom.
well,
I like it.
Here's the follow-up. You're mad at Gannon, and you don't want to say it publicly.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
Because Howie, here's what it is. It's the same thing as you were mad about the field.
All right, so you see what Howie Roseman said. Like, he like, yo, I basically, I would never get over the Super Bowl. I would never get over it. They even asked him, Howie Roseman egged it on. He like, yeah, I expected some follow-up questions. They said, like, look, we know you, like, we believe you're irate about it, which means very, very upset. We know you're irate about it. You just don't want to announce it to the public. He like, no, I don't mean that. But in my opinion, I think he is furious about it. I think he is, in my personal opinion. I think Howie Roseman was like, man, maybe this guy was just never focused on the game, man. And you see what Howie Roseman doing. Him being mad about losing the Super Bowl. Look at the draft. Look at the pieces he getting. You can almost make an argument this team might be better than last year's team. But the schedule is a bit more difficult. So, you know, it probably evens out. I look at the NFC, and I know how we look at the NFC, like, man, we got an opportunity to go back. Grab these pieces, add it Swift to that offense, you know, get the Georgia Bulldog guys, for the defense. You replaced Devon Hargrave with Jalen Carter. So I love it. I love everything Howie's doing. But I know when Howie look back at that Super Bowl and then this tampering stuff with Jonathan Gannon, I know it has to upset him. I know it do. But, hey, man, what do you think, and how do you feel about what Jonathan Gannon said? Does it still hit you in the heart, man? Because it do for me, man. Also, what Howie Roseman said about the tampering thing. You know, Howie Roseman been very honest a bit, but he speaks his mind. He don't run from questions. Let me say that. He definitely don't run from questions, man. But this is Eagle Al. I'm out.